funny, Sherry reading my bio. She knows the unofficial side of Kristan Hawkins, which is funny. God is so good. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, when I started the pro-life movement, I walked into a crisis pregnancy center. I had no idea what God had in store for my life, where He would put me, the people I would meet. People I would meet like Sherry, our incredible team, our whole staff of Students for Life. And then coming here tonight, meeting all of you who worked so hard, especially Jason and John, working so hard. You guys never even met us. So thank you guys for all you do. It's so great to be among friends and fellow Christians and fellow pro-lifers who are excited about what we're doing, even though we may not even meet face-to-face most of the time. This January, I was at a 4 Days for Life training in Washington, D.C., and a girl came up to me. Her name was Emily. She gave me a big hug, and she asked if I remembered her. And it was kind of funny because I hadn't talked to her in a few months, but I do remember her because when you sleep with someone's beanbag in their dorm room, you sort of remember the situation for a while. I had met Emily in October 2010. I was flying to Wyoming to meet with a couple supporters. And when I usually fly to meet the supporters, we email all the local pro-life student groups and we say, I'm coming to town, and when can you meet? So Wyoming, Montana is kind of a big place. The towns are spread out, schools. So we emailed everybody, but we didn't really Google map where we're going. So we emailed Emily. She was the closest school. She was 8 hours away from where I ended up flying into. So I drove up to Bozeman, Montana. I had met with Emily. I met with her group about 8 o'clock at night at a local coffee shop. And there were about 3 group members and Emily. We talked for about an hour about strategy on campus, events they could have to reach out to those who would normally not come to a pro-life event on campus. Her group members left, and it was just Emily. So then it all comes out. All these frustrations came out with Emily. That day had been Pro-Life T-shirt day, so she had worn a Pro-Life T-shirt. She still had it on. And she passed me this note that she had handed in class, a very hateful note. She had pledged to be silent all day, so everyone knew that. She had a little card saying, I'm silent for the pre-board today. She wore a T-shirt. So all the pro-abortion students on campus used that to take advantage of her, to say snide comments to her, to pass her very derogatory notes in class. And she was frustrated because none of her other group members wore pro-life T-shirts. So she had asked all the group members to wear pro-life T-shirts, and there's only 5 of them, and it's only her at this big state school. And she just kept saying, I feel like I'm all alone. I think I'm just going to give up. I think I'm just going to focus on the Crisis Center work. I just don't think there's anything we can do on this campus. And I had to, more than once, emphasize for her, no, you have to keep going. No, this is important to have a pro-life voice on campus. Even if you're the only person with this voice, it's important that someone on your campus is speaking about life issues and about how abortion is not healthy options for women. So it was 11 o'clock, and I had to go and leave at 4 to catch my flight, because remember, I'm 8 hours away from where I flew in. And I asked her, I said, where's the cheap hotel? I only need to sleep for a few hours. And she said, oh, just stay at my place. Save yourself $50, stay on my beanbag. So you don't forget that story. So I came back to Virginia. I told the staff about Emily. I had taken a picture of the coffee shop. She had her pro-life shirt on, her armband, and she had her tape back on her mouth. And we took a picture of her, and I sent it to the staff. I said, you guys got to meet Emily and hear what she's doing. She's up against a lot. So what we decided to do was, we emailed her, we said, we want you to come to our national conference this January for free. We're going to find you a place to stay. I think she ended up staying with one of our staffers in her apartment. And we said, we're going to send out a fundraising email, and we're going to get you a flight from Bozeman to D.C. And so we sent out this email. We had about $500 come in, just enough money, just enough to pay for her flight. She came into D.C., came to our conference, went back to campus. We stayed in touch. Well, I lost touch with her this fall because she wasn't on campus anymore. I'm not Sherry, so I'm all over the place, crazy. And so I hadn't talked to her about 6 months. So she came up to me and asked, do you remember who I am? And I said, of course. Well, the next thing she said to me was, you guys changed my life. When I came to your conference last year, I got it. I understood what I needed to do. So I went back to campus, I reorganized the pro-life group. She said, this year at T-shirt Day, we had 20 people participating in T-shirt Day, and I wasn't even there. And she said, I graduated this spring, And now I'm working full-time as a crisis pregnancy counsel and summer counselor in New York City because of a guy I met at your conference. And so it was so interesting because you're sitting there going, one girl, one school we visited, one person we flew out to our conference, and now she's got 20 people on her campus who are leading a pro-life effort. She's moved on, she's left campus, and now she's in New York City saving lives every day. That's the cost of this. She almost gave up. She almost gave up. Had God not put me in that place to meet with her and to encourage her, she would have given up. And that's why we exist. That's why we do what we do. We're dedicated to serve those students who are eager and willing to take a stand for life, but may not know what next to do. We want to train and equip and empower them to be successful pro-life advocates on their campuses. For too long, the youth of the pro-life movement have not been fully engaged in this battle. We know we are the ones most targeted by the abortion industry. Because a few short years ago, they told our mothers that for a mere $350, they could terminate us. And then today, they come back to us, those who have survived, and they tell us the same thing, that we can kill our legacy.